it's time to do a background check and all the nitty gritties at the very end, they only do that when you get signed contracts. Right. So that's why they tell you in this industry, never kind of count your commission till the deal is funded.
Never count your chickens before they hatch.
That's it. So what ended up happening with this particular deal, 15,000. It was 10 points, so it was going to be 1,500 to the house. I get my cut of that. What ended up happening with the deal was once he signed contracts, we figured out after the final underwriting was done that he actually defaulted with a previous business 3 years ago. Now the thing is this: everybody underwrites different, right? So sometimes some lenders catch it. Yep. Sometimes other lenders don't catch it, right? So it's about sticking and moving. Once I figured out that the guy was a default, right, I sent it to a default lender or a higher risk lender that asked for more documents. This default, he actually did satisfy, right? So he did pay off the lender, but he had payment issues. So now that he was on what's called like a blacklist, one lender was like, he was doing good deposits. He was doing about 100,000 a month. So really, if he wasn't a default, he would have got approved for like $80,000, $90,000. But because it was a high risk deal, they ended up giving him just 15K, and they seen that he satisfied the default. I was able to get a zero balance letter that shows that they were paid in full, and I was able to get the deal done today. So, just want to clap it up for that. But we just want to kind of touch on defaults this evening. Because, I mean, listen, you guys submit deals. You guys are submitting a ton of deals, right? Yeah. And everyone's happy when they submit a deal, right? But, Lucas, you've been on the sales side of this aspect. You've been on the marketing side. You've also been on the back office side. And you're on the ownership side as well. You've seen all facets of this industry. Defaults are some of the toughest deals to get done. Almost sometimes super impossible, right? So, just from your experience, Lucas, when you were on the phones back in the day, as opposed to right now, do you feel like nowadays there are more defaults, especially the ones that you're marketing to for other programs?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it grew so fast, the defaults. I guess people are just taking money without the thinking about how to use the money. And once the cash flow tighten up, they can't afford the loan anymore. So the default ratio increased a lot.
Yeah.
It's very hard to fund the default. People don't usually like to touch those files.
Right. Yeah.
And when I do marketing, I used to do a lot more than I do now. But when I used to do marketing, I used to get a lot of submissions.
Yeah.
The lowest hanging fruits, the one that you get the fastest, is usually the default.
Yes.
So you're happy with the submission.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, no one wants to touch the file.
Yeah.
No, I've seen these 100 times. I don't want to touch it. And I used to get a lot. I used to get 10, 15, 20 submissions a day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's going to be a great paycheck. And then at the end of the week, I'm like, damn, everything was default?
Yeah.
Like, was that easy? Yeah, because I used to send just one quick text and just like one message or one email, and then people were just replying back with bank statements and everything.
Super excited, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I made it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, there was nothing.
No, bro, you defaulted.
Yeah.
So guys, listen. Everyone's excited. Hold on one second, Sean. Everyone's excited when you get a deal in. When you're on the phone, Sean Coleman said, "I want to touch it." Sean told me, "Listen, guys, we're on the phones all day, right? And listen, when you're making 100, 200, 300 calls, I mean, it's exhausting, right? Yeah. First off, not everybody picks up the phone, right? But then when you get that one person on the phone, now you're telling them about your programs. They're telling you all their plans. They're like, yeah, I need $1 million tomorrow. They do $5 million a month. You're like, great. That was your deal today, Sean. Yeah. Sean had a guy today, does $1.7 million a month. He's like, Daryl, listen, I got a big deal for you. He's like,
no position,
but I'm not gonna get excited. And I was like, wait, why not? Right? And then he said, because literally, and guys, this is it. If you look at their bank statements and they don't have any kind of financing, no lines of credit, no term loans, nothing. Something is up, right? Something is up. And, call it paranoia, call it experience, call whatever you want. The bigger deals usually have some type of financing in there, even if it's from PayPal, even if it's from some of the line of credit programs out there. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's from Intuit funds, Square with a line. Yeah, everybody has some type of funding, right? Yes, especially if they're doing great deposits. Now, the small guys, the 5,000 to 10,000 guys, I can understand that, right? But what's up, Stanley? Stanley said, yo, Fun Rock Capital. Don't forget the capital. What's up, Stanley, man? What's up, my man? Thanks for tuning in.
The most successful businesses do use other people's money to
Right.
make money.
Why the hell
100%.
not?
Exactly.
Why not? Right? So, Sean, you know, I know I'm spoiling his story, but I'm just,
All good.
it happened, right? He called it. We submitted the file, and sure enough, default. Guy actually took money last year from a company and rejected the first payment and never paid on it again,
Never a good look.
right? So I think they said he ended up getting $250,000
Ooh.
day one. He
He ran off.
yeah. So usually a week later they take their first payment. Well, what happened?
He went to Vegas.
He literally put it all on black. AC Vegas. I don't know
Right.
where the hell the guy went,
Ran off
but
the plug twice.
he went there.
Yeah.
Right? So, but again, we have options, right? Because we have default lenders,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So Sean reached back out to the gentleman and he said, hey, listen, are these satisfied? Right? Now, guy hasn't responded yet, but if the guy is satisfied, if he has paid them off, somebody will
Give him a shot.
give him a shot.
Yeah.
Now, it's not going to be a lot. The guy does $1.7 million a month, where traditionally he would probably get $1.2 million MCA, you know what I mean? But this particular case, he's probably only going to get like 50 to 100 grand as a starter program.
Yeah, and they're gonna give him a very short leash traditionally, right? So
Yes.
it's gonna be a short term. However, as long as the first 50% of the term
Yeah.
that he shows that he's a credible guy, then they'll come back around, give him more money and a longer term. But it's kind of like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like a probation loan, I guess you could
Yeah.
say, right?
What's the longest term you could usually see for defaults?
So it depends. So if they're not satisfied, right? Like if they literally just ran off with the money and somebody just wants to take a risk, I've seen 15-day deals,
Mhm.
right? Now, you guys are going to say, well, why on earth would anyone take a 15-day deal? And the reason why they would take a 15-day deal is, well, what if I needed to purchase a bulk order of inventory? And if I bought it today, it's going to be half the price.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm going to flip it next week. I'll
Right.
take a 15-day deal. Give me the shot.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because what's the opportunity cost? I can't double up my money, so I'm just not going to do
Right.
it. No, I'm going to take that money if I can flip it. Now, the majority of the time, people take money, just like Yellen said before, they just use it for the wrong thing. That's why they think MCAs are the devil. You say you're going to use it for marketing. You don't even have a marketer. You say you're going to use it to have a website. You don't even have a credible website developer.
Right.
You're just taking the money to go out to dinner and to hang out. And these people end up taking MCAs eventually at some point just to pay for other MCAs. And then that's when they start to get
That's
to
when they
that
get in
if-
trouble. Yeah.
Yes. And
Yep.
I have to say, I've been working with Lucas now going on like year 5, right?
Wow, it's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time I know this
That's
guy.
actually year 7, brother.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, that's long enough, right? Those other 2 years have been right. But so when Lucas first started, there was rarely any defaults. I mean, there's like a couple of million small businesses in the US, but now almost every submission we get from email marketing, from text message marketing, are defaults. They've had some kind of payment issues in the past, which is why, as myself that runs the department, I went and signed up with high risk lenders because I don't want to turn anybody away. You guys know I say this every week on this camera. We don't want to turn anybody away. We want to find a way that we can get you money. Now, like Jonathan said, if somebody has to take a 15-day deal, but they really need it, who are we to tell them no?
Right.
Because somebody else is going to do it. So why not we do it? We figure out how we can get it done and let's get paid. Jonathan, I want you to tell a quick story about a client that you had last year that you made someone's annual salary in commission off of this one particular client, probably paid for you to go away 3 times last year. But now you no longer have that client because that client ran into some troubles. So can you just share the story really quick?
Yeah, make that business great again, man.
Yeah.
So they're a cleaning business. They do industrial cleaning.
Wait, hold on really quick. Can we cheers? Can we cheers?
Cheers.
Can we cheers? Skill Thursdays, guys. Skill Thursdays.
Alright.
Skill Thursdays. Go ahead, Yella. Tell us.
So yeah, it's an industrial kitchen cleaning business. They do like Cheesecake Factory and Applebee's and stuff like
Big
that.
accounts.
Yeah, exactly. So they were making big money, and I know this. He's a friend of mine. His father owns a business, doing big numbers, and honestly, I was eating off of them. They needed money consistently. I was in Spain closing deals with them. I was happy. I was living life with them. But I felt good because I was helping them grow their business, function, pay their employees, doing all that, and then unfortunately, they took money from me. One last time, I think it was like 50,000. They were like, I want to invest into expanding my business, and they wanted to partner up with someone that I had no idea who they were. The people that they signed up with, they just took the money and ran. So they just scammed them. They took all their money and they left.
Harsh story.
The business, I don't believe it exists anymore. Unfortunately, they're
Yeah.
going through it right now, which is very unfortunate. But they were doing they were doing great before, and yeah, unfortunately, they're no longer in business. So
Oh,
It,
yeah.
it's a, and
Heartbreaking.
you know what makes you know what makes it even worse, ladies and gentlemen. What makes it worse is that they did this to this guy around the holidays,
oh yeah, it was bad.
right? So I remember the deal. What happened was somebody came to his client with a business venture, with an idea, right? If you give me 100 grand, we will make sure that in the next couple of months we can almost triple it, quadruple it. He was promised almost a $500,000 to make this one investment. I happen to be one of the guy's best friends as well, right? So we ended up funding him. That was like his third position. It was 50 grand, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
50 grand, 10 points. I'm sorry, it's 50 grand, 12 points. So it paid 6,000 in commission. And that particular deal would have gave Jonathan, a nice check. That particular lender pays next day. So we would have got the commission the next day. Jonathan would have got a check that week. Okay. And this is right around the holidays. So you figure, not like Jonathan's broke or anything, but anybody could use an extra 2, 3, 4 grand.
That time of year,
Who couldn't, right?
Yeah.
But forget Jonathan's pockets. What about his client? His client we funded him 50. He had to come up with the extra 50,000, and he just had it in his account. That was his money,
Oh,
right?
add
Around
insult to injury.
around the holidays.
Wow.
Now this was in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so Christmas had not hit yet. Then he ended up the guy got funded. Now they did not pay us the commission. The lender we funded did not pay us the commission because his guy did not make the first weekly payment. He took all the money out of his account to give it to his friend to invest, and the guy stopped answering his calls.
Oh.
Right? So now Jonathan funded that guy 5 times last year. That paid Jonathan, if you guys can figure out
Small fortune.
you guys can figure out the medium income in America, he made that off of that one client take home last year. So you got to figure, if you get one client like that, that client could pay your mortgage and everything for the next 12 months, pay for you to go on vacation. That was one of those clients. His guy got scammed. Not only that, Jonathan didn't get that commission that week. He got all the commissions, so the guy's fine. But, it sucks. And he lost the client. You know what I mean? That guy ended up calling Jonathan crying.
What sucks is that we were working on getting his credit better, so we could put him in like a term loan or an SBA or something like that. But the scammer just ruined the whole business, and that's it. It's over for that now.
Yeah, it's a part of this lending space that we all need to be comfortable with, because we need to have alternative options.
Yeah.
Which is why being a part of Brokers Connection and just being involved with all these programs that we have here, it's night and day, right? Because look, Jonathan also, I'm speaking a lot for Jonathan because he's had a sick week. But Jonathan also had a guy that he owed $350,000 in MCA debt. I think he busted out on like 3 of the advanced companies, right? He's currently paying 2. The other 3 he didn't get done. But Jonathan, why don't you tell everybody what product we were able to get the guy approved for, how soon we were able to get him funded, and was the guy happy or not?
No, yeah. So this guy's a default. We try to get him around like 200K, but once I submitted it to Daryl, he recognized the deal immediately because he worked it in the past. And the guy's a default on 2 people, and we have this sick program now that we could get people up to $50,000 with no UCC, all with an application, 4 months of business bank statements, and the most recent tax return.
Clap it up for that.
I got the documents Friday.
Yep.
The phone call happened Monday. The guy was funded by Wednesday.
That's insane.
It was sick.
And that's
That's
it.
Best program right now.
I have the best marketing story because I've been doing marketing for about 7 years for MCA companies, and every single campaign that I have ever launched,
Yeah.
this same guy always applied. either on Facebook, on Google, on YouTube, on email.
He's
I
always
don't know how
shopping.
he finds.
Always shopping.
But brother, he always find us.
Yeah.
And he was a default, so I could never fund him within the 7 years.
Yeah.
First submission to LendMate, they got the 0% credit
Yeah.
because the guy actually had a good credit,
Nice.
and the guy got approved for $100,000.
Nice.
So like I never got $1 out of MCA in 7 years.
Yeah.
And then first time I submitted to LendMate, they got the $100,000.
And see, it's
What are the chances of that, right?
now
Yeah.
it's all about.
I can say his name because you guys are gonna run through him. If you guys are sending emails and stuff, you're gonna run through him.
You guys are gonna get him.
He's a shopper.
No, but again, that's it's a minor success story, but it's a success story nonetheless. And the reason why is because it's about always trying to find another way,
Right.
right? You can either keep running your head into the same wall, knowing that it's not going to break, or you can try to run your head through another wall. I don't recommend that at home. Only trained professionals run your head through walls. But seriously, guys, it's about just never giving. Because sometimes you have to give up on the files they just can't get done, right? But a lot of places. Because again, you guys don't just send deals to us. We know that. You guys have other shops that you guys are sending deals to. You guys are pitting us against them. It's natural. You guys all want to find the best deals for your clients. That's go ahead, do it. We want you to. If you guys find a better deal elsewhere, take the deal. Trust me, take the deal, right? But I can assure you that 80 to 90% of the time, we're going to have the better deal always. And hey, listen, if you do find better elsewhere, we do have other lenders that'll simply price match. And then we just have to lower our percentage a little bit just to make sure that we win the deal, right? Lucas, really quick, I want to re-chat. Give me the thing.
Give me a thing over there.
Give me the thing, man. I need control. You and Jose.
Guys, we have 9 people in the community. Please join the Zoom.
Can we do it? Cheers.
Huh?
Again?
Yeah.
But cheers again.
I'm empty. I'm at
we got to fill you
I
up
don't know
then.
what happened.
Well, I'll fill you up, bro. Here you go.
All right.
Son is thirsty.
Yeah, here we go.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
Ladies and gents, listen, the format of tonight is a little bit different. And the reason why is because we've had such a crazy week with just especially on the business funding side, just deals dying because of defaults. People submitting fraudulent documents. People submit.
It's part of the game, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's just something to be prepared for. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be. And the reason why, guys, is because understand, like I said, these guys are trying to get approved however they can, right? I had a couple of deals die last week because what they showed for the month of February, because you guys are sending us last 4 months of savings, right? November, December, January, February. Well, if we're going to fund a deal on March 10th, right? How do we know what they've done for March so far? How do we know if they've not taken funding since, in March so far? What if they do $100,000 a month, but by March 13th, they've only done 15 grand. You're not on pace to the 50 grand mark that you should be in the next couple of days.
Yep.
So when requesting the month to date or the account activity for the month, sometimes people will get declined at lenders because their month to date looks a little light, right?
Yeah.
And then when they go to the next lender, they'll edit the PDF. They'll edit the document.
They get creative.
Yeah, they arts and crafts, right? They get on their laptop and they start manipulating the documents. And then once we submit it, they'll get blacklisted.
That's it.
Right? All these people that are underwriters, they just put them on the list. Hey, listen, this person submitted fraudulent documents. Now it's even tougher to get the person done.
There is a list, guys. Believe it.
Yeah.
There is a list.
Yes. Now, most of the time we catch it. We have software out there, no free ads, so I can't mention your name. But most of the time we have a software that will detect it. But people are good, right? People are good at what they do. And sometimes we miss it. In some cases, when we miss it,